The poem The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost is about a man who comes to a fork in the road and has to decide between two paths. This can be considered a metaphor for tough decisions in life when you want two things but have to choose between them. The two roads diverging represent a decision that has two options. It also states that the roads both appear to be equally worn, which could be interpreted as both choices being equally desired. The big theme in this poem is that it can be related to almost any difficult decision when you can't make up your mind and choose between two things. This poem is a reflection on the difficulty of making certain decisions and the influences these decisions have on one's future. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as far, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no steps had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I should be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. The Peace of Wild Things by Wendell Berry analyzes the problems of civilization and why Berry finds peace out in the wild and not in normal society. In this poem, Berry encourages others to enjoy nature because it is not full of worry. Berry finds the presence of still water calming and wants everyone to find a happy place where they can let go of their worries and be at peace. When despair grows in me, and I wake in the middle of the night at the least sound, in fear of what my life and my children's lives may be, I go and lie down where the wood drake rests in his beauty on the water, and the great heron feeds. I come into peace of wild things, who do not tax their lives with forethought of grief. I come into the presence of still water, and I feel above me the day-blind stars waiting for their light. For a time, I rest in the grace of the world and am free.
Anaharish by Seamus Heaney is a poem about the poet's past. Anaharish means a place of clear water, and it is this place where he got his first education. It's a place where his knowledge grew, and in turn made him grow. This poem is a metaphor for that, and the poet uses the growing meadows and springs of symbolism to show that he himself grows while acquiring knowledge in his Anaharish. Place of clear water, the first hill in the world where springs washed into the shining grass, and darkened cobbles in the bed of the lane, Anaharish, soft gradient of consonant, vowel meadow, after image of lamb swung through the yards on winter evenings. With pails and barrows these mound dwellers go waist deep in mist to break the light ice at wells and dunghills. A Boundless Moment by Robert Frost is a poem about two people who see something pale in the distance and mistake it for a ghost, but realize it is simply a beech tree clinging to its leaves from the year before. This is a wistful poem, and it shows the attachment one can feel towards nature. Nowadays, when people are so detached from nature and the natural world, bound in their own little world of work, job, money, and material things, it is nice that you can still have boundless moments such as these when you can appreciate the beauty of nature. He halted in the wind, and what was that far in the maple trees, pale but not a ghost? He stood there bringing March against his thought, and yet too ready to believe the most. Oh, that's the paradise in bloom, I said, and truly it was fair enough for flowers that be but in us to assume in March such white luxuriance of May for hours. We stood a moment so in a strange world, myself as one his own pretense deceives, and then I said the truth, and we moved on, a young beech clinging to its last year's leaves.